There is an advanced technique of calculating through a temporary table. That's what I want to tell you about now. Here is a table with autocomplete. I have added another field here, field2. Now I will make a field in the footer that takes the amount of this column. This will be the amount here. This will be footer. We say what we want in the footer of the field 2 column. It's a number, and we write very simple code. List sum, list, and we take the list by the current table. Select list, table, now table name, field, field 2, and all other parameters do not interest us. In general, we do the sum on this column. Here we have the sum 70. The trick is this is a simple example here, but you can have a very complex calculation. So you've passed the data, you've done some super complex calculation, and you need to take the final result. And you can do that by using the hide true parameter. We add a field here, so let's call it hide true. It will also be a number, and we write in code that we want to take select from the TMP autofill table. We named it sum. That's the one in the footer. We don't need where. We don't need order. But we do need this parameter called hash. We have to get it from link to data table function. Link to data table, we call TMP autofill with the parameter hide. We don't have to pass the parameters width and height. We pass the data in the row parameter. We don't refresh. We don't care about the header and footer. And we say that hide is true. So we have to hide this call. We will take the row from the autofill button next to it. Well, copy here. We pass the same row list parameters to the header. There the row part is generated automatically. Next, we calculate the sum. And this link to data table will return the hash of the temporary table because we passed a hide true. It won't show the window, but it will return the hash of the temporary table. And, as you can see, we are in code. This is not the action code, but link to data table in code will also work with the hide true parameter, and here we get hash. The calculation goes to TMP autofill into the pointed table of the particular user, and takes the fsum from there. Let's see how this works. Save. Here we took the amount from there. And this is quite a complex and heavy operation for the server. It should not be done in the row part. You can if you have 30 rows in your table, but if there are not 300 of them, for each of these rows such operation will be performed and a temporary table will be created. That is why do not do it this way, although there is such a possibility. This method is for you to be able to do some single calculation. For example, when you open a table, which is difficult for you to write directly in the code of the field. If the calculation is very complex and multi-component, you can make a temporary table, calculate everything in such a tabular form, visually, and then take data from it. But note that this can create a bottleneck on the load if it turns out to be in the frequently recalculated place of your solution. That's how it works. Training is definitely required.